He came, it was like, Suge's outside! Suge's outside! Everybody like, Suge! He was running, dropping, like, man, everybody going, I'm in front of the camera like this. Everybody's like, whoa! Running.
What do you think of Eminem? Is it? What do you think of white rap?
Well, you know, I don't. See, one thing about something, the ghetto is colorblind on a sense. If you really from the ghetto and you really doing those things you rapping about, you talking about, I can respect that.
Right.
If somebody else writing your rhymes, somebody else, if you telling somebody else's story, that really don't mean nothing to me.
I think like if there's a reason for me to burn a bridge, then I obviously don't want to speak to you ever in my life, you know? So it's like, if I feel a certain way, then I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna express it.
Just lights the cigar, and it's the about Suge. He light the cigar, and he trying to see what you gonna do. So Eminem, 50, everybody outside, light the cigar. I was bugging because I seen, this is when I knew Eminem was real. He's like, I don't give a f, man. This is when I knew, I'm like, damn, Eminem is a real, these things.
He's from Detroit. He's from Detroit, man. He's from 8 Mile, bro. And I don't know, 20, 30 minutes ago, we talked about all his. So yeah, of course, M was ready to go. He was ready to go.
Not long ago, an old diss track of his resurfaced online, one that was aimed squarely at Suge Knight. That track reignited old controversies and brought back memories of a time when the stakes were even higher in the rap game. In that track, Eminem didn't hold back. He made it clear that he was one of the few in the industry who wasn't intimidated by Suge. And if you know anything about Suge, you know his reputation for intimidation was legendary. Back in the 90s, Suge had rappers quivering in their boots.
Roughed one of my bodyguards up. They roughed everybody else in my whole entourage up. Suge took me out on the balcony, started talking to me personally.
On the balcony?
On the balcony.
High above?
Like 15 floors. He had me look over the edge, show me how high I was up there.
You scared?
I needed to wear a diaper on that day.
According to 50 Cent, not only was Eminem unbothered by Suge's towering presence, but he was also more than ready to square up if the situation demanded it. What made it even more striking was that Eminem went as far as to blame Suge for setting Tupac up and putting him in harm's way. A stance that resonated deeply, considering Eminem's long-standing admiration for Tupac. In my eyes, there's no one who can do wrong when it comes to Eminem. He's not just a fellow artist, he's one of my closest friends. I can't recall a single moment when he wasn't in my corner, someone who had my back through thick and thin. People might say that I'm overly fond of him, but that's simply because I recognize the truth in his words and the strength in his actions. There are countless stories of him standing firm in the face of adversity, and his resilience is something I truly respect.
He don't do no wrong in my eyes. Like, he can do something wrong right now and I can't see it. He's one of my best friends. Like I can't pick a moment that he wasn't in my corner. Right now, there'll be guys at home and go, oh, 50 just loves Eminem so much. Yeah, love him to death. I do, I love him to death.
In that track, Eminem wasn't just throwing random insults, he was making calculated moves. He took aim at Ja Rule for trying to cozy up to Suge and went further by holding Suge responsible for the deaths of two of the greatest rap legends ever, the late Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. Imagine if the late Christopher Wallace could speak today, he'd have something to say about how Suge's actions contributed to the loss of a legacy. Eminem's lyrics were raw and uncompromising. He warned Ja Rule that if he continued to align himself with someone like Suge, he would soon find himself in deep trouble. It was as if he was saying, don't get too comfortable because the streets don't forgive betrayal. That track wasn't an isolated incident. It was one of several unreleased songs that have now leaked online, giving fans a chance to hear some serious fire. These tracks featured collaborations with heavy hitters like 50 Cent, Nate Dogg, Anderson, West Side Boogie, and even Slaughterhouse. Their unexpected release only added fuel to the fire, especially coming on the heels of Suge's own disparaging remarks directed at 50 Cent during a prison collect call. During that infamous call, Suge went on about how everyone was trying to cash in on Tupac's legacy after his untimely death. He even singled out a specific Tupac record, a project produced entirely by Eminem made up of remixed tracks that Tupac recorded before his death in 1996. Suge claimed that this album, Loyal to the Name, was a flop, the only misstep in Tupac's otherwise stellar catalog. Yet many true fans of Tupac saw it differently. They felt that the album brought a modern touch to Tupac's timeless message, a respectful homage rather than a disrespectful rehash. The history between Suge and Eminem isn't just confined to diss tracks and controversial interviews. There were real, palpable moments of tension. Tony Yayo recalled a time during a video shoot in Los Angeles, where Suge, arriving with a crew of Mexican gangsters, made an appearance that sent shockwaves through everyone present. The air was thick with anticipation, and you could feel the energy change the instant Suge stepped onto the set. While everyone else was bracing for the worst, Eminem maintained his composure. Instead of cowering, he lit his cigar, a defiant symbol of his fearlessness, and waited to see what Suge would do next. That simple act of defiance was enough to signal that he was ready to fight if needed. Yayo's account of that day is seared into my memory. He described how, as soon as Suge arrived, the atmosphere became charged with tension. People scattered like they'd seen a ghost, yet Eminem stood his ground. He even donned a bulletproof vest before stepping outside, fully prepared for any eventuality.
This is why I always respected Eminem, 50, and niggas that was with us. So Suge came, he had some Mexican niggas. Now, we from New York. You ain't never seen a nigga with a tattoo on his forehead. 118th Street crew. I'm like, what the f? Got a tattoo on his face, homie. That's the first time, like, before Lil Wayne and all that. That's the first time I see a nigga with, like, tattoo on his eyes. Mexican, 18th Street. So Suge just got the cigar. He just liked that. He's like a pressure guy. That's why he got into lately, because he like a pull up, light a cigar, and you see him with tattoos on their face, but we like, damn, what we got to lose? If we don't pop now, we going back to the hood. It's back to the hood. So it's like, fight these Mexican blood. He's got the shit on their forehead, eyes, 118th. Or go back home to the crib. Might as well go all out, fight right here. We around Dr. Dre, so it's like, yo, we gotta do what we gotta do.
So what happened? He lights the cigar and then...
He just lights the cigar, and it's about Suge. He light the cigar and he trying to see what you gonna do. So Eminem, 50, everybody outside, you light the cigar. I was bugging because I seen, this is when I knew Eminem was real. He's like, I don't give a f, man. This is when I knew, I'm like, damn, Eminem is a real these niggas outside, what's up? And then Suge just walked away. The Mexican niggas looked kind of confused, like they didn't know what was going on. But came outside. Eminem came outside 100%.
Oh, what did I miss? Okay.
And Eminem was like, yo, I don't give a f.
Diddy, for his part, has consistently shrugged off such allegations. He has always maintained that the rumors are nothing more than baseless speculation, refusing to address the accusations directly. When questioned on the matter during interviews, Diddy has shown visible discomfort, quickly steering the conversation away from the topic. His reluctance to engage has only served to amplify the suspicions among fans and critics alike. It's important to note that Eminem's diases towards Diddy aren't a recent development. They trace back to 1996, when he first took aim with the track Effing Crazy. In subsequent years, on songs like Marshall Mathers and I'm Back, his barbs grew sharper and more personal. He didn't hold back. His lyrics were a clear warning that aligning with certain figures in the industry could have dangerous repercussions. Over time, the narrative evolved from a sole focus on Suge Knight to also implicating Diddy, suggesting that the roots of these tragedies may have deeper, more complex origins than previously acknowledged. Now, as fans debate the implications of these revelations, the question remains: what truly lies beneath the surface of these conflicts? Eminem's unyielding stance against Suge Knight is celebrated by many as a symbol of courage and authenticity. Yet his later shift towards blaming Diddy as well adds another layer of complexity to the narrative. Some speculate that behind the scenes, Diddy might have played a significant role in orchestrating events that led to the loss of Tupac and Biggie. an allegation that continues to spark heated debates among hip-hop enthusiasts. At its core, the legacy of these rivalries is a stark reminder of the brutal realities of the music industry during that era, a time when personal loyalties, territorial disputes, and a relentless hunger for power could lead to tragic consequences. Eminem's willingness to confront these dark truths head-on cements his reputation as one of the few artists unafraid to speak his mind, regardless of the personal risks involved. So, as we revisit these turbulent chapters of hip-hop history, one can't help but wonder, what do you think of Eminem's fearless approach? How do you feel about his decision to hold both Suge Knight and Diddy accountable for the tragic losses of Tupac and the notorious B.I.G.? These questions continue to fuel conversations and debates, inviting us to look deeper into the intricate web of alliances, betrayals, and rivalries that have defined this industry. Share your thoughts and join the conversation. Let's explore together what these revelations mean for the legacy of hip-hop and the personal stories that continue to inspire and provoke us all. Stay tuned for more insights as we peel back the layers of this complex, ever-evolving narrative. And remember that in this world, the truth is often as dangerous as it is undeniable.